Hello, hello. Welcome to online learning. Woo! Okay, first, before I even dive into any information, do not fast forward or speed it up or skip ahead as far as messing with the mechanisms of this video. Because if you do that, you are going to miss information. And you are responsible and reliable for all the information in this video. So do not mess with those settings. Remember last time we did notes and y'all didn't know that material that well because you just skipped ahead just to fix your notes? That's applicable here. So do not mess with the settings of this video. It's at the correct speed that you would attain material in class. All right, so how is this going to work? How are you going to obtain the materials for this class? Number one, RenWeb is going to become your best friend, your biffle, okay? I'm going to post the agenda, step by step, exactly of what you are supposed to complete every day. So, step one, watch this intro video. Woo! Okay, step two, today, for March 16th, you are going to read the expectations for this class, the expectation syllabus for online learning, and then you are going to take a Google form, a little quiz. It's a quiz, guys. Okay, so take it seriously, of your expectations for this class. So I know that you understand what to expect for the next 2 weeks. Okay, and I'm going to highlight a couple of those expectations in this video. But going back to the agenda, okay, agenda every day is going to be posted on RenWeb. And I'm going to try to post it. Actually, I am going to post it by 8:20 a.m. every day. I'll be honest, most likely I'll have it posted the night before. However, it will be up by 8:20 every day. Kind of same as school. Start at 8:20, materials ready at 8:20. So, agendas on RenWeb. All of your materials and assignments are going to be on Google Classroom or My Math Lab or YouTube. Okay? Any of those three. Unless stated otherwise, unless I find some other resource I want to throw in there that's beneficial for you all. Okay? But most likely, every day, you're going to go to RenWeb, then go to Google Classroom. Go to RenWeb first, because there may be extra directions in there that are not posted to Google Classroom. So go to RenWeb first, then Google Classroom. As far as activities, assignments, notes, and all that jazz, we're not going to do the same handouts we've done in class that I've printed off and provided to you. Normally, when we have in-class sessions, I upload those PDF files for you guys to have access on Google Classroom. However, it's unfair for me to post those when not everybody has a printer at home to print those off and complete them. So we're going to be switching it up a little bit, okay? A little bit of change. A lot of change over the past couple days, okay? But I'm going to try to keep it as streamlined, as easy, and beneficial for you. So as far as our activities and notes, most of it's going to be my math lab assignments or video notes or a puzzle, a lot of activities that are digitally. As far as notes, we are going to be doing video notes. So kind of thinking back to those polygon notes we've done in geometry, or I know we've done one other note set. I don't think we've done one in algebra yet, but welcome, first note set. Previously, I've provided you the handout for that, so I have the video, I have the notes, you copy down those. New game. Okay, I'm going to have a video of me right now, just as I would on a whiteboard, but on like a notepad, on an iPad, of the notes. And you are going to copy those down on a piece of scratch paper. Now, I am not going to collect those notes. Okay? However, if I were you, I would make a copy of those for myself, so that when we get to future activities, you have a physical copy right there with you and you do not have to backtrack to that video. Or when we go back to in-class session, you have a physical copy of those right there for you. So, when I'm doing video notes, if I were you, I'd be working out those problems on a piece of scratch paper. And I would maybe, like if we get a new problem while we're doing notes, pause the video, try to work it out by yourself, then watch me explain it. I'm not going to pause for 5-10 minutes in my video giving you time to work out the problem. That's what the pause button's for. So, pause it, while I'm going through and explaining it. Okay, so you most likely will do notes, and then there will be an activity afterwards. So that activity and all the other material will be on Google Classroom. That's also where those assignments are going to be submitted, unless it's My Math Lab. My Math Lab's already integrated. I can check to see that you've done it. The only other thing is other assignments and activities. Those are going to be submitted through Google Classroom. Make sure you submit the button. You hit submit on Google Classroom. The excuse of, oh, I forgot to hit the submit button. No, not going to accept it. It's going to be a late grade. Okay, and late grades apply just as they would in class. So make sure you hit that dang button. All right? Assignments are going to be due by midnight. Okay, so I will have them posted by 8:20, most likely the night before if you want to work ahead. Okay, and they will be due every night by midnight. So if I assign something Tuesday morning, it's going to be due Tuesday night, midnight. So that gives you the opportunity if, you know, you're a night owl, like staying up till 3 a.m., which, not me, okay, and you wake up at 1 p.m., Griffin, okay, you can do your assignments later in the day. Or if you're like me who wakes up at 6 a.m., wakes up, gets your work done, ready to go, have the rest of the day yourself, that gives you that opportunity. That's the nice thing about online learning. However, you have to budget your time because my class is not the only class you have. So if you have more work in my class versus another or vice versa, you have to figure out how can I complete all the assignments by their designated end time. And that's where a lot of learning responsibility comes for you. Online learning's nice because you get to pick when you get to do stuff. However, you have to submit it by a certain time and you have to have that structure. On that note, I know we all love having Netflix or Ghost Adventures on in the background, me included, okay? But if that prevents you from fully attaining the material or the content or truly understanding stuff, turn off the other device. It's going to take you less time to sit here, focus on your schoolwork, then do the fun stuff later versus multitasking for both. Okay? So you have to be responsible for your work and make those measures for yourself because you're not going to have someone else, you're not going to have me there with my thumb on you. Make sure you're doing your work. Maybe mom and dad will be there to help, but I will not be there to help you to make sure you're doing your work. So be a responsible learner. The other type of assignment I'm going to have is warm-ups, which we've done a couple of those in a couple of my classes. You will have an attendance warm-up every day, and that's 5 free points. If you answer all the questions, give it your go. Those are test questions. Test questions. Okay? I'm going to give you 2-3 problems in a warm-up every day. 5 points. Complete them, turn it in. That's going to replace the binder checks. Because of this whole shindig, I cannot expect you to maintain your materials, all the notes, all the handouts, for a binder check. We would have a binder check of like 2 or 3 assignments. Okay, so instead of that, we're going to be doing these attendance warm-ups, and those will be points that I will just plug into binder checks. Okay. That being said, March binder check is canceled. Maybe April, depending on how this goes and how sick we all get. Okay. Make sure you do those attendance warm-ups. And it may be an exit slip. I think there's one exit slip. But make sure you're doing that agenda of all those assignments. Make sure you're doing that in order. There's a reason for the order. So step 1, do your warm-up. Step 2, watch your video notes. Step 3, do the My Math Lab assignments. I wouldn't start at the My Math Lab assignment if I didn't know what was happening in my notes. Okay, so those warm-ups will almost always be first. If you don't have a warm-up, that's because you're having a quiz or a test that day. We are still having quiz and tests. Our schedule, same as before. It's just all digital. So, honors, you guys have a test on Tuesday. Okay? Yay! Sorry. Okay? We're also still having a final. Just because the coronavirus is spreading around doesn't mean we can't do our work. So we will still have a final at the end of the semester. And that final will include all the material we'll be covering these 2 weeks. So this is not an excuse to slack off. All right? Another note, honors. your Jedi Academy assignment, little project, will be due when we return. I can't collect those right now, and I don't expect you to scan every picture and add it to digitally. We'll just turn it in when we get back. Okay? Make sure you submit your assignments by midnight. Communication, communication, communication. Make sure you communicate with me. Okay? I can only read so much through a screen as far as turning an assignment, so if you are struggling or if you have questions, you need to email me. Otherwise, I'm not going to know, okay? So that's another part of this learning responsibility, is that you have to be that advocate for yourself and reach out and let me know, because I'm here to help in whatever way I can. Just let me know, okay? We've talked about that, the only other thing we need to talk about, my math lab. I have all your codes, okay? If you put your name on your booklet, so remember those blue booklets you guys use to log into your information, get into the program? I have brought those all home with me, and I have them here in a file folder. If you lose your username or your password and you cannot access your My Math Lab, you have to let me know so I can feed that information to you. The only way I wouldn't be able to feed that information to you is if you didn't write your name down in your booklet. So that's going to be an issue. However, if you cannot access that, you have to let me know. All right? I think that's all I have for you as far as an intro into this course. Please let me know if you have any questions. After watching this, you're moving on to reading the syllabus and taking your quiz. All right? Have a good day, guys. Bye.